How y'all doing? Welcome back to MajorSlackVideos, your first stop for titillating tactical gaming, and this is part 3 of the Where Angels Fear to Tread mission. We are here in the Central Core Supply Depot or Central Core Supply Dock, depending on whether you're looking in the map in the game guide or you're just following the labels that they throw at you in the game. And I'm just respecking for running and gunning, if you will, taking off my rocket launcher and getting the relic, the right relic on. This here, not that one. Actually, I want to give that one the red X of death. I was putting on the relic that increases my sniper rifle ammo capacity and gives me an extra grenade. So now we're going to go up on this dock area here, and I'm going to push to the right and take cover behind these containers here, and mostly take out the enemies up ahead using a lot of sniping. Even though I'm spec'd in the cunning skill tree to accentuate running and gunning, which is going to be very useful in the maps that follow, the bunker map and the control core angel map. That's coming up later on in this mission. For now, I just got to clear out this area, and it's rife with Hyperion soldiers and loaders. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to rush forward and try to get them to show themselves, play their hand, trigger, go across whatever trigger lines or area triggers are in effect here. Throw out Slack Shadow, my decoy. See if I can get some enemies to spawn. Nobody bit that time, that's okay. Now I want to blow those shock barrels because that's my new kind of like front line, if you will. Oh, and this is wild. This guy just popped in out of nowhere. Let me give him a little whack there. Those guys, those Hyperion snipers, are really dangerous. So if you see one of them, yeah, deal with extreme prejudice. So the shock barrels go, and the explosive barrel goes because I've got to go a little forward, a little more forward now. Get the enemies to spawn. Something's spawning up there. Some loaders are spawning. Yeah, here they come. So actually, there's a whole bunch of them there. So we're just right for a corrosive grenade and melted them all down. Easy peasy, nice and easy. And I've got a red dot on the map up above. Wondering where that's coming from. It's probably from a loader on the upper deck. So now I'm gonna sneaky up there and get him. And you can hear him talking away up there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is either a war loader or, yeah, it is a war loader or a badass loader. So out goes my decoy, and he's popping off his fire shots now, so take cover. Now I want to slag him. He's slagged now, he turned purple. Now I gotta get a critical hit, see if I can take down one shot. There we go. All non-slag damage is double damage when they're slagged. There's a chest to loot there for some good weapons. And I got lucky, I got some rockets out of that ammo chest. No, that's not all. I'm pretty sure there's at least one more badass loader and or another war loader. So I'm reloading my slag pistol. That was a preemptive attack. Bit of a waste, but I didn't know what's going to come around the corner, so threw out a corrosive cloud grenade. So just taking my time here, making sure that I don't blunder into something. This is just a good old-fashioned gun loader, so there's no problem. It's already been disarmed. And down he goes. Coming up shortly, a couple or 3 Hyperion soldiers will come down the stairs. And I started toying around with them and I paid the price. So let that be a lesson to you, boys and girls. Never toy with the enemy, especially in a game like this. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you can hear one of them really suffering there. Sounds like he's getting it on. So now I'm toying with him. I don't know why. I wanted to come down by the explosive barrel. Just have a bit of fun with him. And then I think one of them throws out a turret. There he goes. He throws out a turret. Really starts giving me some grief. There we go. I like him. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. These guys still got some fight left in them. Down he goes. So I didn't get to have fun with the explosive barrel. Will I blow it? And I think that's about it. There's some great loot in there. There's an Iridium 4-pack in there, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that's about it. This entire area is now cleared out of all enemies, right up into the map exit to the bunker area. That would have been a great shotgun if it wasn't a TDR. That I just specced up there. So now it's just looting. Make sure you look everywhere, including behind this box or this pile of boxes there. Not there. I'm gonna get there in a minute. Right there, behind that container there, there's another weapon chest. Just going through my ammo here to see what I need. And there it is. Once again, the game's throwing more class mods at me. This is actually pretty good. I'm actually going to use this later on. This is actually really good. 3 to the rising shot skill. Because right now I've got my skill points placed in the cutting skill tree for running and gunning. I still think the sniping skill tree is a good skill tree to work on if you're a sniper, even though the capstone skill, what's it called there, critical ascension, the one that stacks up critical damage the more critical hits you pile up in succession, I think that sucks for playthrough 1. It'd probably be very useful in playthrough 2, but for playthrough 1 it's pretty much, you know, it's not very useful. But I would still recommend putting most of your points in the sniping skill tree, going right up until say kill confirmed, and then after that don't put any more points into the sniping skill tree. Put any extra points into the cunning skill tree, and most particularly fast hands. Actually, you might want to put some points into, say, velocity. That would help out a lot too. And then put any spare skill points into fast hands in the cunning skill tree, which will really help out. Really go well with, say, the one shot, one kill skill, because that will require you to reload your weapons all the time to get the bonus. The build I'm going to go for is a non-capstone skill build. I'm not going to go for any capstone skills. I tried all of them. I tried all the skill trees. I tried the cunning skill tree, tried maxing it out and getting Death Blossom. That's a lot of fun, but I was a little underwhelmed as to how many kills you could get using Death Blossoms. It usually takes at least 2 Death Blossoms to get a kill, and you get 5. You get 5 shots, and the elemental damage is random. So after some experimenting with it, you know, you throw out a couple kunai, I believe they're called, those like knives, and you're watching the enemy, see if you're going to get a kill from them. So you get 5, and I don't know, it's like, it's 1 guaranteed kill, in my humble opinion, per decoy session when you got the capstone kill, Death Blossom, and you start throwing those knives. 2, you may get 2 if you're lucky, but you know, you get 1. So I wasn't overly impressed with that. This is probably better than the critical ascension capstone skill for playthrough 1. And then the bloodshed skill tree, that was pretty good too. The capstone skill is many must fall, and that allows you to extend your decoy if you get a successful melee kill.
Hey, you know how I got my hands on that vault key? See, a few years back, Wilhelm and I paid a visit to your little friend Tanis, and we beat her for hours. We ripped it out of her broken fingers. But we let her live because that's what heroes do. They show mercy.
And a few words of encouragement from Handsome Jack.
You're coming up on the bunker. I'm sending some of my boys to help you out.
And his boys are the buzzers, but before you go in there, don't forget to loot this weapon chest here. This is not marked in the game guide, but it's there. I'm going to sort all that out later, and I'm full. So I'm thinking, okay, is there something that's less valuable in my inventory now that I can drop in favor of that? So as I was saying before, yeah, the build I'm going to go for is actually a non-capstone skill build. I'm not really concerned about getting to one of the capstone skills. Like I said, I tried them all out. Critical Ascension doesn't work for me. It's really only for playthrough 2. I would definitely respec for that during playthrough 2, but for playthrough 1 it was kind of pointless. The Death Blossom skill, capstone skill, pretty good, but you can only get 1 or 2 extra kills per decoy session, so I wasn't overly impressed with that either. It's better than Critical Ascension, but I don't think it's worth working up towards. And the bloodshed skill tree, I'm just not into melee attacks, so that's not for me, although that was pretty cool. If you're a melee, yeah, go for that. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys later on my non-capstone skill build in the videos to follow. Right now, I believe I'm checking out how this shotgun compares to my Lumpy Ravager. I thought it might be pretty good, but I forgot to consider that it doesn't actually do any explosive damage, so it was not going to be that useful for my needs, because I usually use my Lumpy Ravager, my other really kick-ass shotgun, to take down power loaders. And to take down power loaders you need explosive damage, and that other shotgun, which is actually better, doesn't have any explosive damage. So just going through all the gear that I've collected here, giving the ones that I don't want to keep the red X of death, and looking for one that sells for pretty cheap so I can swap it out for this other thing that I want to take on here. And into the bunker we go. Now, you may safely quit the game right now and come back and you'll still be here.
Eyes to the sky, Slab! My buzzards are coming in!
That's number 1. Number 2, the fast travel station that I just passed is a one-way fast travel station. You can go out, but you can't come back in. So don't go out, okay? But you will respawn here if you quit the game here. So that's one way of kind of like saving your game here if you want to go for lunch or just, you know, take a break from gaming. You can safely break here. There's the one-way fast travel station, as indicated by the no U-turn symbol on it. So you can go to Sanctuary, go to anywhere else you want, but you won't be able to come back to the bunker by fast traveling. You're going to have to go back to the 1,000 Cuts map and then work your way through, and most likely the enemies will have all respawned on the way. So don't do that. And now it's just basically a little bit of business here. I'm just figuring out stuff I don't need. This here, that shock sniper rifle with the fantastic fire rate is what I'm going to use to kill the boss in the bunker area. And the boss, well, I don't want to spoil it for those of you who don't know what's going to happen, But yeah, so I won't. And now I'm taking a look again at this Disturbed Stalker class mod. That's really good. I actually have another class mod that gives a couple points to the Rising Shot skill. There it is, the Rising Shot skill. That's my Disturbed Survivor class mod, but the other one is better. So there we go. Sounds of gunfire off in the distance. That's coming up next in the bunker. As for now, as for this video, if you thought it was remotely entertaining, hey, don't forget to give the old Slackster a thumbs up. Alright, that's it. Slack out.